Hi everyone, thanks for coming back for part 4. In my last video I was just going over this table right here, and I'm not sure if I finished going over the terms, so I'll just go ahead and go over the terms again. As you can see, it reads at the top: Arch, Baal, New York, Beast, Falls, Star, Time, Reap, Land. And land is over here in the bright blue, time is here in the green, coming at an angle. It's crossing over the term, the first day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 8th day shall be a solemn rest. And it's talking about the feasts, because this is coming up in Leviticus 23, and I'll read the matrix right after this so you can see what's in the matrix. And the other word is reap, is over here in the fuchsia, coming at an angle. The letters R, E, A, P. And I think I had gone over the rest of these terms. I think that we've already been over those terms. So I'm just going to go ahead and start reading from Leviticus 23:39, and it goes through 24:4. And it says, Howbeit on the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruits of the land, you shall keep the feast of Jehovah 7 days. On the first day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 8th day shall be a solemn rest. And ye shall take you on the first day the fruit of godly trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before Jehovah your God 7 days. And ye shall keep a feast unto Jehovah 7 days in the year. It is a statute forever throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it in the 7th month. And ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are homeborn in Israel shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am Jehovah your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the set feasts of Jehovah, and Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure olive oil, beaten for the light, to cause a lamp to burn continually. Without the veil of the testimony, in the tent of meeting, shall Aaron keep it in order from evening to morning before Jehovah. Continually it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. Ye shall keep in order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before Jehovah continually. Okay, as you can see, this is referring to the feast of booths or tabernacles, but you have to keep in mind that this is also referring to the Exodus, just like it says here, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am Jehovah your God. So the very first time that the Israelites dwelt in booths was during the Passover. And in fact, the feasts are actually just a parallel of each other. The Feast of Sukkot is actually a parallel of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. They're both 7 days. They're both from the 15th through the 21st. One is the 7th month, which is spring on one side of the world, and the other one is in the first month is spring on one side of the world, and then the 7th month is spring on the other side of the world. So there's 2 harvests. One is in the spring and one is in the fall. And the northern hemisphere has spring in the first month, and the southern hemisphere has spring in the 7th month. So it's just a parallel. So even though it's talking about the Feast of Booths, it's a parallel to the Exodus and to the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So you might as well just think of this as the 7 days of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So it could be referring to this time frame that we're in, which is the time frame of the meteor shower, the Lyrid meteor shower, which peaks on the 22nd, which is when the Jewish Passover begins. So it could all be referring to this time frame that we're currently in, or about to enter, these 7 days of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So I'll go ahead and continue with some of these terms. And as you saw in the text, it had mentioned the word candlestick and olive oil. So I thought I would try in putting in 2 trees. I had tried putting olive trees, and I don't think it pulled it up for some reason, even though the word olive is in the plain text. I might try it again just to be sure, but in any case, we know the word olive is in the text because we saw it. We can see right here, pure olive oil. So you can see olive in the text right here is the word olive. And so you have 2 trees, and you have 2 coming at an angle this way with the letters T, W, O, and then it shares the T in trees. It also shares with the word time. The word E in time is going through it, and it's talking about the palm trees. So you have trees again here, and like I said, you have olive down here at the bottom. So it could be referring to olive trees, because you also have the word candlestick right here in the singular. It doesn't come up in the plural, but you have it here in the singular. And you do have the 2 trees coming up over here at the top. So the next one that I tried, oh, I did try 2 olive trees, so let's see how that comes up. Okay, so it just highlighted the word olive that was in the text. Okay. Alright, the next thing I tried to put in was the word Eden, which is the word heaven in Hebrew, and also the word elect, because hopefully this will be when the elect are taken to Eden. And you see Eden coming up here in the fuchsia, the letters E, D, E, N, and you see the word elect coming up here in the dark green with the letters E, L, E, C, T. And of course you have terms in here like I am Jehovah your God, the children of Israel. I mean, you could pick out a lot of interesting terms in the text as well. Okay, the next one, I also try to put in the word hell since Eden came up, and that comes up as well. Of course, that's what they're trying to open, is the gate to hell, apparently. But that comes up, the letters H, E, L, L, and it's crossing the word falls. And of course, you know, we had a star here, so I don't know if it's talking about the star that falls or if New York falls, but it's sharing the L in the word hell right here. Okay, and the next one added the words day and Jehovah, and they came up. As you can see up here, it says, Jehovah, howbeit on the 15th day of the 7th month ye have gathered in the fruits of the land. So that's where that comes up. And over here I put midst because the first half of the Feast of Unleavened Bread has already been fulfilled, as well as the first half of Sukkot, because they parallel each other. That's why when I believe it's in John 7, when Jesus went to the Feast of Tabernacles, he said that his time wasn't come yet, and so he went there in secret, but then he made his appearance in the midst of the feast. So let me just try putting midst in and see if I can pull that up. Well, let me try midst of the feast. Okay, so it's in John 7:14, when Jesus had hidden, he came there in secret to the Feast of Tabernacles. He told his brothers that they could go on up, that his time had not come yet. But then when the midst of the feast came, it says, now about the midst of the feast, Jesus went up into the temple and taught. And so that's when he revealed himself, was in the midst of the Feast of Tabernacles, because it was in the midst of the Feast of Unleavened Bread when Jesus made the new covenant. That's when his time had come to turn the water into wine, because he told Mary when it was in the midst of the wedding that his time had not come yet to turn the water into wine. So his time would come in the midst, and that's when he turned the water into wine. In the midst of the 7 years, after 3.5 years, he turned the water into wine, and it was the midst of the feast. So I wanted to see if midst would come up, and it came up. And then I tried putting wine in, because that's when Jesus made the new covenant, was in the midst of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And so wine comes up here in the burgundy, the letters W-I-N-E. And then in the next one, I had tried to put in bread, and bread didn't come up, but I put in body, and that came up. And the bread represents the body of Christ. So you see body comes up here in the burgundy, the letters B-O-D-Y. And then over here, I put in the words Passover. Actually, I think this goes to another matrix. Okay, I didn't mean to pull that up. Well, I guess I could pull it up, but that's the end of this matrix right here in Leviticus 23. And then when you put in the words Passover, it actually goes to another matrix in Deuteronomy 8. And in this matrix, I had seen, I believe I saw the word ark in the plain text. And whenever I see that, it's right here. I saw the word ark. So I thought I would try Noah's Ark. And it came up as Noah Ark. So I'll just pull that one up. I think that's the only other thing I tried in this matrix, because I already have so much already. But as you can see, it has new over here in the lavender, the letters N-E-W. It has York going this way in the bluish purple, the letters Y-O-R-K. Passover actually comes up in one word, even though I put it in as two, in the blue and the green right here. And in the yellow, we have Noah. And here in the green, we have Ark. And then in the light red, we have Arch. And then Baal is here in the pink. So this was just another matrix that came up. But this is also interesting. This is also speaking of the Exodus. And so I'm going to go ahead and read this matrix as well, because I think the matrices where these words come up is even more important than any other terms that might be in here. I think the matrices just say it all, but I see that I'm running out of time, so I'm going to read Deuteronomy 8 in the next video. Thanks. Bye.